many times have you seen or heard about someone else's struggles and thought to yourself, oh my God, I could never handle whatever it is? I am here to tell you that you're wrong. You can get through anything. It's all about resilience. And while, yes, some people are naturally pretty resilient and more resilient than others, it's an innate human capacity that can be developed in anyone. Today, we are going to talk about 8 ways that you can become more resilient. I'm Rachel. Welcome to my channel. If you've been here before, you may have noticed I changed the name. I'm still kind of trying to figure out where I want to take this channel. I absolutely still plan to talk about the things that I have learned from my cancer detours, but there's a lot more to it than just talking about cancer. And I feel like the name before gave people the impression that that was all I was ever going to talk about. Plus, I don't necessarily want that specter of cancer hanging over me all the time. And having it my channel name just put it in my face every single time I logged in. And I am just not willing to go there. Enough about that, though. Moving on. To quote one of my favorite artists since I was younger, we are gathered here today to get through this thing called life. Life comes with adversity for everyone. I am sorry, but there is no avoiding it. Think about it. Most of us have struggled. How many of us have faced a serious health scare or lost someone that we truly loved, had our hearts broken, been betrayed by somebody close to us, been bullied, physically harmed, faced a financial crisis, suffered from some kind of a mental health issue? Shit happens. That is life. And it can be hard, but it's also pretty great. And we have got to remember that. Resilient people realize that every day. They know that there are ups and downs in life, and they savor both because they realize that the phrase, this too shall pass, applies to both the bad and the good. They're able to just roll with life. Resilience is defined as the capacity to withstand or recover quickly from difficulties. Every single time I hear someone talking about resilience, it's all about bouncing back from a challenge or a hardship. I used to think that it was all just a matter of, sucking it up no matter what and being strong, pulling yourself up by your bootstraps or getting knocked down twice and getting back up 3 times. Pick your metaphor, and yes, it is that to an extent, but it's not just about bouncing back, at least not for me. It's about bouncing back better, stronger, healthier, and happier. But it's also about being realistic and learning from what we go through. We think that resilience is something either we have or we don't have. And some of us think that we just don't have it in us to get through tough things, but we do. Every single one of us. Henry Ford said, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Embrace that thought because it's brilliant. If you think that you can't get through something, you're not going to. So you need to change your mindset. Here is my list in no particular order. And by no means is this everything, but hopefully, if you need it, it gets you started down the path towards resilience. Number 1, be flexible and adapt. Realize that, like I said, life is constantly changing. You can't stop it, no matter how much you want to. Flexibility is essential to resilience. When we accept the fact that everything changes all the time, then we become more flexible and able to tolerate the stress and the pressure. And we then have more control over our emotions. Learn to pivot so that you can identify the problem and concentrate on solutions to move forward. Number 2, live in the present. It's really easy to spiral into the what ifs and the what might have beens, dwelling on the mistakes that we made or the things that happened to us in the past is not going to change them. Believe me, I have tried. We have to move on and learn from them. And as for the future, tell yourself to live your life day by day and try not to stress over what might be. I know myself, I have done and said a lot of stupid crap over the years, but I can't change it. I can only learn from it and try to be a better person. Tell me you haven't at least a few times laid in bed at night and thought of something embarrassing or stupid that you did years ago, say in high school, and it keeps you awake for hours. We've got to let it go already. It happened. We have to learn from it and move on. As for the future, I can sit and worry about what might happen with my health and worry about my cancer coming back, or worry about my kids' future, or whatever. Or I can live each day the best I can and enjoy my life. I choose the latter. Focus on what you can control. Don't dwell on what you can't. Number 3, be optimistic. This one can be tough sometimes, but don't dwell on the bad things. Like I said, every one of us has struggles. Resilient people look for the silver lining in every single challenge, and they see opportunity for growth in difficult times. They know that they have to own their happiness in the face of a crisis. They don't use it as an excuse to give up or wallow in self-pity for very long. They look at it as a catalyst for change or growth. Learn from it. Look for the lesson and use it as motivation to get or do better. Number 4, be grateful for what you've got. Resilient people know that gratitude is a powerful antidote to adversity. It's what guides them through life's storms and reminds them of the good when things get thick. It's not about denying the pain. It's just presenting it as a stepping stone towards healing and growth. Start a gratitude journal if it helps, and on days that you can't think of a single thing to be grateful for, and trust me, there will be those days, look back through the journal as a reminder. Number 5, find a purpose. Research has shown that people who have a strong sense of purpose are more resilient. Go figure. A sense of purpose can give us the perspective and the motivation that we need to keep moving forward, to keep trying when we're faced with something difficult. Not only does having a purpose in life give us an enhanced ability to recover from stressful and traumatic events, but that enhanced ability to recover in turn helps us to find an even greater purpose in life over time, which strengthens our resilience even more. Having a purpose in life is protective against PTSD and depression. It's linked to better health outcomes and illnesses. It's been shown to protect against the detrimental effects of aging, and it's associated with a reduced risk of mortality from all causes. Figure out your why. Why do you get out of bed every morning? Is it your kids, your job, your art, injustice you've faced or seen? If you don't know, think about what's important to you. What do you really care about? What are you good at? Sometimes your purpose comes from hardship or trauma. Sometimes it changes because of hardship or trauma. However you find it, just find it. Number 6, take care of yourself. Of course, there's the obvious ways, get plenty of sleep, eat a healthy diet, exercise. That's what we tend to think of when we say we take care of ourselves. But there's a mental aspect to that too. A lot of times we really need to just get out of our own head. Watch how you talk to yourself, especially in a traumatic situation. Mostly, our first instinct is to go to the negative. It's actually called the negativity bias. But you need to look for ways to reframe a situation. Savor that positive. Practice mindfulness, journaling, meditation, yoga. Once again, recall those things that you're grateful for. Remember the good times you had with someone. All of these things restore hopefulness and they combat hopelessness. They keep things in perspective for us, and that helps you to deal with the situations that require resilience. Number 7, build good relationships. Strong, positive relationships give you the support you need during both the highs and the lows. Knowing that you have a support system is vital. So many of us really struggle to ask for help on a good day. Hello. Let alone when we're in the middle of a crisis. Personally, I have got to tell myself this constantly. Asking for help does not make us weak. It actually takes a lot of strength to seek help, and it keeps us from being overwhelmed. But how do you build a support network if you're feeling all alone? Find a community, whether it's a faith-based one, civic-minded, or a support group. Groups of like-minded people who enjoy the things that you do, or people who have faced what you are going through. Talking to people who have similar issues or have been through similar trauma really helps. We see that they made it through it, so that we know that we can too. Or volunteer, seeing other people's struggles and helping with them, that helps us to put our own issues into perspective. Finally, number 8, laugh. Oh my God, laugh. When things get bad, it's okay to laugh. It's healthy. You have got to laugh your way through life. Sometimes it's either laugh or cry. And I don't know about you, but crying makes me all sinusy and congested, and I hate it. Spend time with people who make you laugh. Watch a funny movie, watch stupid pet videos on YouTube, anything. Sometimes your sense of humor might go a little dark. Mine most definitely did. But that is okay, as long as you're not hurting anyone and it makes you laugh. Laughter truly is the very best medicine. Resilience doesn't make your problems go away. It doesn't mean that you're not going to suffer through difficulty, stress, or trauma. It doesn't negate your pain or your stress. More than likely, the more resilient a person seems to be, the more they've dealt with in life. But even if your life was easy right up until it wasn't, you can build your resilience just like you build your muscle. It just takes time, and you have to be intentional to increase your capacity for it. If you feel like you just can't do it on your own, or you have no idea where to start, consider talking to someone, a mental health professional, a counselor, a pastor, or like I mentioned, a support group. The important thing to remember is that you are not alone. There is always someone who has been in your shoes, who understands your journey or your stress. And I guarantee you, there is someone out there who wants to help you get through it. When you build up your resilience, you increase your capacity to weather any storm and grow from your stressors and traumas. And then maybe, just maybe, something good comes out of it. We owe that to ourselves and to the people that we love. So tell me, what do you think? Do you have any more tips on building resilience? Whatever you've got to say may be just what someone needs to read. So please let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Please like and share the video if it helps you or you think it can help someone else, and maybe consider subscribing to the channel. In the meantime, take care of you, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.